Good evening, folks. It is Saturday night, and that means one thing. We are live here with the Roarin Thunder Racing League. Tonight, we will be at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Eggstravaganza 200. That'll be 200 miles and 134 laps tonight. So, of course, we are at the world famous Charlotte Motor Speedway, which back in the day, it was the Lowe's Motor Speedway for a while, and then finally turned back around to Charlotte once again, but is just under a 1.5 mile, 4 corners of course, and it's got plenty of banking in it. And it do believe that we have nice air temp, and we have a good track temp as well as air temp outside with the same 55% of relative humidity, so it should be a good race tonight. I know one of our own from DieHard, Robert Barris, he is currently right now the fastest in practice. He has run a 27.972. The next closest time to that would be the 8 of Evan Black with a 28.023. So we're nearing the end here of practice, and we will advance into qualifying. As always, we do have the Army Marching Band on standby for the nation's colors and the national anthem. And as always, joining me in the booth tonight, and as always, is the one and only Mr. I Am Broken, Alan Schoen. How you doing tonight?
I'm great tonight. Looks like we're going to have one heck of a race tonight. Didn't expect anything else for Robert. You know, I knew he'd come out and just lay down a fast lap. We'll see where he finishes out the race, but we'll see how things go.
Well, we know one thing. Robert is the epitome of consistency. He does not make mistakes. And if he does, it's very rare to actually catch Robert make a mistake, but he did very well in the K&N series that we ran. And I expect nothing less tonight as the checkered flag is out. All right, so we are now into qualifying. All right, now this is our qualifying. So off the bat, we want to thank Mr. Martin Gomez. He paid for this race to be broadcasted tonight. So glad everybody's tuned in. Hope you guys have got something to drink, some snacks. It's going to be an entertaining 134 laps here, because if it's anything like these guys did at Rockingham, it is going to be nothing short of impressive, because I've never seen lap times thrown down so consistently at such a hard track to race like the Rock, and they did an absolutely amazing job there. So Charlotte should be a walk in the park as we see our own Robert Barris right now. He is out on track to make his qualifying lap. Right now, it looks like Robert is sitting in the 4th spot. He ran a 28.291. Right now, our pole is being held by the 21 of Charles Smith. He's run a 27.935. Oh, correct me, that's Robert there.
Away with 9:34.
Yep.
And
now it's yep.
9:15.
So it looks like we found the two fast drivers here. It's going to be a battle tonight, I think, between the 8 of Evan Black and the 75 of Robert Barris, as they have both thrown down very quick times here. We get a good look there at the 14 of Jeremy Horn. I love that paint scheme. Any old Dale Earnhardt paint scheme I love. So right now, I do believe that we are not going to see a faster time than a 27:9:15, which is going to be the pole time, which we're looking at right now, the 8 of Evan Black.
Well, you know, Robert is probably content with starting on the outside here as well. It should give him a good pull down into the corner.
Now, I'd always wondered for the longest time what it said on the hood. Now we know it's the Alert ID card. You see the 57 of Simon Thorns right now. Wild ride through the grass there. And he sticks the landing. As we get a look right now at our third place car, that'd be the 21. And it looks like, hey, look, that's me or Mike right there. We're racing for the slowest time. There's the 46 of Jim Whaley there. He's going to lay down a lap there. All right, checkers out. So everybody, please rise, remove your hats as the Army Marching Band brings us our national anthem. All right. Starting order tonight on pole, the 8 of Evan Black. Outside of him, the 75 of Robert Barris. Rolling off third will be the 21 of Charles Smith. Mark Gomez rolls off fourth. Simon Thorns fifth. Josh Medlock sixth. Paul Cohen 7th. Jeremy Horn 8th. Shane Gross 9th. Rick Mason 10th. Jim Whaley 11th. Trevor Malone 12th. Aaron Cummings 13th. Noah Lewis 14th. Jeff Dotson 15th. And rounding out the field will be Stephen McGaugh. So as the lights on the pace car are out, that means one thing: we are on the pace lap. We are ready to go green. And Alan, what better way to start a race than to start it from crank it up?
Sounds good to me. Let it rip.
All right, pace car is off. They're coming to the line. Green flag is out. We are live here with the Roarin' Thunder Racing League at Charlotte Motor Speedway. All right, after they make their first lap there under crank it up, we're going to go ahead and go back to the regular camera as we are 3 wide on the backstretch. This right here is the battle for 8th place. We see the 6 go up and hold it into the wall. He comes down. The 41's able to check up. That's going to allow the 00, the 85, and the 98 to make a run on it. So that's going to put the 6 of Josh Medlock back to 12th position right now. But good job by him keeping the car up there in the wall instead of pulling the wheel out and bringing the car back down the track and collecting people. So right now, surprise, surprise, guess who's out front? Our own Robert Barris in the 75 popsicle machine.
Yeah, he's got a commanding almost 1 second lead as he continues to burn.
Well, I knew it was going to be definitely more interesting to start calling as soon as I knew that Robert applied to this league and was accepted. So, like I said in practice, we know what he's capable of doing, and look for him to be a front runner all night. Meanwhile, we were looking at the battle right now for 10th position. That is the 98 of Noah Lewis. We also see the 00 of Aaron Cummings as he makes his way around. He's going to get 8th place out of it as we see Paul Cohen now trying to take the 10th spot away.
No, the 85 hard into the outside wall there. He's
no
able
caution.
to keep it straight, keep it going, but that was a hard hit.
Let's go take a look and see. Oh yeah, look at the side of that car. That thing is definitely mangled up. The good thing is they do have one quick repair. So right now I think he's not in too much danger. And if we get an early race caution here, as we are only on lap 7, I think he'll be fine to go down and use his quick fix. But right now it doesn't look like, we know that this K&N car is an absolute tank. It can take a extreme beating before something drastic.
Sideways down on the apron, he recovers it.
We just got action all over the track. As we see the 00 there, that is Aaron Cummings. Currently, he is now being scored in 12th spot as we come to take lap 8 here. Meanwhile, out front, Robert Barris still has just under a half-second lead over second place, the 21 of Charles Smith. Jeremy Horn on the 14 has made his way up to 3rd spot. Evan Black will be your 4th place car. Simon Thorns, your 5th. Jim Whaley, 6th. Mark Gomez, 7th. Noah Lewis, 8th. Paul Cohen, 9th. And Josh Medlock in the 6th machine will round out the top 10 as we have 9 laps complete here.
Yeah, it kind of appears they're having a little bit of trouble getting off of turn 4 without the car coming out from underneath them here tonight. So hopefully that'll change a little bit as the tires lay down some rubber on the track. Get the track rubbered in a little bit. Maybe it'll have a little more grip or a little less.
Surprisingly, usually the trouble turn is that hump there in turn 1, and everybody's making it through there no problems. But I'm seeing it myself too, that they are having a bit of difficulty. Normally it's tight coming out of 4, but it seems tonight that they're loose. It may be because it's nighttime and there's not that much rubber on the track like he said, and They just got to get some green flag laps in here to rubber the track in, but it's definitely not something we're used to seeing the K&N car doing, actually getting loose.
The 21 of Charles Smith is closed up on Robert almost half a second. He is down to 0.48.
Meanwhile, we've got the 57 of Simon Thorns. He is on the back bumper of the 8 of Evan Black. That is the battle for 4th position right there. Directly behind them, we also have the 33 of Mark Gomez and the 46 of Jim Whaley as they haul it off into turns 1 and 2. Right now, Jim has got the inside as long as he can hold the momentum off the corner, but we all know that outside line, you always suffer a little bit on the initial start of the corner, but you tend to get the run off. But as we see here, the 46 of Jim Whaley has been able to make it around the 33 of Mark Gomez, so that'll put Mark back to 7th and Jim up to 6th. We also see now that Jim is going to make another move here, or they're battling back and forth again now between Simon and Jim here. This is 4th, 6th spot. So you see the 8 of Evan Black there in the picture. Also the 98 of Noah Lewis. You see the 57, he was going to look low there in the corner, but right now I think the 46 is driving it a little bit harder than the 57, and I think the 57 is just going to let him do his thing and then reel him in once he gets those tires screaming and angry at him. As we see the 33 go high in the corner there, no contact with the wall, he's able to keep it off of there, so that's going to keep our scoring positions the same, as right now it looks like the lead is starting to shrink a little bit here. We have the 21 who's now closed it into 0.2 of a second.
You know, I don't think Robert is really driving the car as hard as he has to right now. I think he's going to try to save his junk a little bit, keep the car under control, and just ride his time out. He may even let the 21 come by him.
Did you just use a James Brownism?
I did.
You get a gold star for that. As we see, the most exciting spot on the track right now is the 5th position battle here, is the 46 of Jim Whaley as he's trying to make his way up and get by the 8 of Evan Black to get his way up to 4th spot right now. As now we see there's a 4/10 second gap between 1st and 2nd. Let's go ahead and take a lap with our current leader. As we ride on board with our race leader right now. Take a look back there, you can see the 21 of Charles Smith. And as you can tell, by the way, Robert's playing with that throttle. Alan, I think you were right. He is definitely not pushing that car all the way. He's just kind of just feeling it out right now, as 1st and 2nd place have a huge breakaway lead from the rest of the pack right now.
Well, it looks like these guys are gonna kind of stay cordial here and single file.
Right now, we have had green flag racing since the initial drop. We have 23 laps in the books here. Alan, what do you think is going to be the pit window here tonight?
Pit window, I would say, I can't remember, these guys run a 50% fuel bank?
No, I believe they have 75% fuel.
75% fuel, I would say they're going to be turning somewhere. I would say somewhere around 48 laps.
Right now we are watching once again the battle for pit spot. We see the 8 of Evan Black has managed to catch up to the rear of the 14 of Jeremy Horn. As we see, the 8 of Evan Black has managed to make his way by the 14. That's going to move the 8 up to 4th spot. So we see the 98, I believe, down there on the apron. He might be taking that car to pit road to get some repairs done. We take a look back out front. Robert has extended it back over to a 1 second lead over second place and is continuing to grow. Robert's fastest lap was a 28.120. His last lap was a 29.666. A quick run through here of the top 10 as we've got almost 30 laps in the books here. It's Robert Barris out front with a 1.2 second lead over second place, the 21 of Charles Smith. Jim Whaley in the 46 will be your third place car. The 8 of Evan Black fourth. 14 of Jeremy Horn will be your fifth place car. Mark Gomez in the 33 sixth. Paul Cohen in the 51 seventh. Josh Medlock in the 6th, 8th. The 00 of Aaron Cummings in 9th. And rounding out the top 10 will be the 02 of Stephen McGough.
This is a battle there between the 00 and the 02.
And also we have the 33 on pit road.
It does appear that green flag pit stops have started.
A little bit earlier than we predicted, but then again, we don't know exactly what the tire wear is on these cars and how these cars are performing. So we see more cars starting to make their way down pit road. We see the 6 on pit road.
The 33 of Mark Gomez is down and away with 15 seconds. The 18 of Mason is in 4 tires fuel, 14.7.
We see the 00 of Aaron Cummings. He's going to bring that ride down pit road as well. So we are definitely underway here with the first round of green flag pit stops here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Evan Black in the 8's been down and away with 15-1. .46 is in and out, 4 pairs of fuel, and he'll be rolling down pit road.
Looks right now the fastest pit stop that I've seen is the 46 of Jim Whaley, as he had a 14.2. Followed up by the 85 of Trevor Maloney at a 14.3. So it looks like the 75 of Robert Barris is taking his machine down pit road. So right now it looks like lead change as the 02 of Stephen McGuh has taken over. So we are working lap 35 here now. We are still green flag. Right now, this is the battle for 4th position. That is the 41 of Shane Gross right there. The 46 of Jim Whaley is behind him, and then the 21 of Charles Smith.
So as it stands right now, everybody has been down pit road. And it looks like average speeds are right around 187 miles an hour entering the corner.
Yeah, this is exactly what I love about this league. They've got their stuff together. They know how to run these cars, and just like with Mr. Shift with the A car, we see long green flag runs here. So I wouldn't doubt if we keep continuing to stay under the green flag, and we'll go into round 2 of green flag pit stops.
So that was right around lap 30 to 33. So I would say we're going to start seeing pit stops again right around 60 to 66.
So drivers definitely opting to pit much earlier now. You can do this in a 2-stop, but the question is, would you rather sacrifice track position and make it a 3 pit stop race versus a 2 pit stop race and have those tires at the end? Or do you want to try and stretch your second run longer? That way you hopefully can hold out for maybe a caution, a late race caution or something, just so you've got your tires there at the end, because that's pretty much what it's going to come down to. It's not going to be a battle of fuel mileage. It's definitely going to come down to tires. We get a look at the awesome paint job there on the 21. I love that. It's almost like a tie-dye, but it's really cool. I love that paint scheme. That must have been very labor-intensive to do, because I've painted some tricky cars, but that right there would probably have driven me insane. All right, so looking now here.
It is 50% fuel.
That is undoubtedly the coolest good humor paint scheme I've seen. See a little bit of contact there with the wall. We saw some sparks there. It looks like it might have come from the 8 of Evan Black, but I'm not sure. Right now we see the battle on the track is heating up between the 21, the 57, and the 8. Right now the 21 of Charles Smith is trying to take third spot away from the 57. You can see that run as he gets a little bit of the apron there. That's going to slow him down a little bit, so he's not going to be able to do it this time by. But right behind him, we also see the 46 of Jim Whaley, as we have 46 laps in the books here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, still on a long green flag run. As once again, we see the 21, he's trying to make the move. And we're gonna get the crossover. Oh, we got contact.
Caution's out.
Caution is out.
Caution is out.
That was between the 46. Let's go ahead and get the instant replay on that. Now we are riding with the 46 of Jim Whaley here. We're going to see, this was the battle for position, as we're going to see the 21 get a little tight and do the crossover. That put the 57 in a little bit of a tight spot, and it looks like there's just too many cars fighting for a little bit of real estate there. And end result though, the 46 was able to gather it back up. Not that much damage, as he did just go through the infield, but caution is out. So we are working our first caution of the night here. There is our race leader, the 75 of Robert Barris, as he slows down to pick up the pace car there on the backstretch.
You know, I don't doubt that we will see everybody hit pit road here.
Oh, you'd be foolish not to. Any opportunity to take that car down and get 4 fresh Dr. Fuel goods on it and pack it full of Sunoco race fuel is definitely the best feeling in the world. My bad. So we see the race off of pit road. Robert Barris is going to hold on to that lead. All right, so the field, we see more cars coming back down pit road. Those are definitely going to be more cars packing it all the way full with fuel. So looking at our top 10 right now, it's still the 75 of Robert Barris out front. The 8 of Evan Black has made his way up to second. The 21 of Charles Smith in third. The 41 of Shane Gross will be our fourth place car. Noah Lewis in the 98 fifth. Mark Gomez in the 33 sixth. The 14 of Jeremy Horn will be seventh. Trevor Malone in the 85 eighth. Jim Whaley, after being part of that caution, taking a nice little mower trip through the infield, he will be our ninth place car, and rounding out the top 10, we will have the 51 of Paul Cohen. We're looking for the lights on the Mustang pace car to turn off this time by. Hopefully we will get the one to green and we will restart on lap 52 as we are working our first caution of the night.
And the 75 of Robert Barris definitely calls out, says he will take the inside for this restart.
And just a brief summary, we've got 50 laps completed in the books out of 134. We've had 2 lead changes, and we are working one caution right now for 4 laps. Now all eyes are going to be on the 75 to see how he handles this restart here, if he's going to go on green or if he is going to get a little bit of a jump there, because I know we've got some fast cars sitting there in the top 10, so Robert's definitely got a lot to look in his rearview mirror, but we know his skill set personally from all the years and seasons that we've been around him, that Robert definitely knows how to manipulate the field and hold them right where he wants them and the way it's supposed to be. He's definitely amazing on restarts, as we are about to see here as the Mustang pace car is going to make its way down pit road. Robert Barris is going to lead us into the restart zone. Green flag is out. We are back underway here at Charlotte Motor Speedway with the Eggstravaganza 200. And what better time than now for a crank it up. We went a few laps there, crank it up. I always love running that camera because it gives you the best points of view and the absolute raw sound of these cars. But as we look out front, Robert Barris already has a 1.4 second breakaway lead from Second place car, the 21 of Charles Smith, Noah Lewis in the 98 is our third place, Evan Black in the 8, fourth, Jim Whaley 5th. And actually scratch that because the 41 of Shane Gross has made the pass take 5th away from them, and they're battling it back and forth as Jim Whaley is going to take it back again. We're watching it right here, right now. That's between the 8, the 46, the 41, the 14, the 33. Right now we are centered on all the action right here. We also have the 85 in the picture. That would be Trevor Malone. We see the 02 of Stephen McGaugh. The 6 of Josh Medlock is also there, the 02. So there's multiple cars here fighting for positions, while out front it's now stretched to a 1.6 second lead. See the battle there between the 14 and the 85. That is for 7th spot. Right now we got the 85 of Trevor Malone trying to take 7th away from Jeremy Horn there in the 14. Battle is still going on between the 85 and the 14. They have swapped spots at least 4 or 5 times, and they're at the line. They did it again, but right now the 85 has got the inside, but we know that the run is definitely on the outside, off the corner, so we're going to see the 85 tucked back in behind the 14. Meanwhile, behind that, we've got battles heating up back there as well.
That's two cars. See the ball scrubbing it hard. Oh, geez, you come down. Good recovery by all drivers involved there. Two got into the wall, scrubbed a little bit, and then shot off it coming out of the corner. Everybody was able to avoid it.
Right now we are looking at the 33 of Mark Gomez, who once again, he is the driver. This league does broadcasting a little bit differently. If the drivers want the races broadcasted, it is up to the driver to pay for the broadcasting. So that 33 car right there of Mark Gomez, he footed the bill for tonight's broadcast. So for everybody out there watching, give Mr. Gomez there a round of applause and a thank you for letting us come on board and broadcast these amazing races. As once again, the center of the tension is brought back to the 14 and the 85 as they are still locked in a heated battle for 7th spot.
Yeah, it does appear the 85 gets a better run through the center off than 14.
He just kills him on the corner, though. it's all about that line right there. The 85 goes down inside on the lower line in the corner, which gives him the great run in, but he sacrifices a little bit of speed coming off the corner, which is where that 14 really shines, and he gets the run off of it. And so far, he's been able to hold that 85. And I think right now, that's exactly what the 14's wanting to do, is keep pinching that 85 down to the bottom, forcing him to use more of his tires up. That way he can pretty much keep him behind him unless the 14 somehow makes a mistake. As we see now, the 6 of Josh Medlock has caught up to the back of the 33 of Mark Gomez. He's going to try and go for position. As we see, Mark Gomez is going to try and make it around the 85 of Trevor Malone. Is apparently what I said, it has come to fruition. The 85 has probably made his right sides a little bit angry at him and used up a little bit more of that Goodyear rubber than he wanted to. As we see, the 33 is going to make it by the 85, and now it's going to set the 6 up for a run as they go into 3 here. Oh, and the 33 is loose.
Wow.
Amazing save there by the 33.
Nice recovery by the 33.
That's what I'm talking about right here. This is absolutely unsuppressed talent. And any other time you would have saw a car like that, it would have been gone. So that kind of dissolved the battle a little bit right there, as right now we're looking at the 4th place car of Evan Black as he's coming up on the 98. The 3rd place of Noah Lewis, as we see the interval between the race leader, the 75 Robert Barris, and 2nd place now, the 46 of Jim Whaley, just over a 1.1 second lead. So right now it's exactly kind of what I had figured in practice. Right now Robert Barris is running away with this race as we are right around, well, actually we're past halfway, so he's got a 1.2 second lead over 2nd place right now, and pretty soon we'll be reaching that counter where it's the favorite part of the night, when instead of the laps counting up, it's the laps counting down. Once we hit 50 laps to go here, which we are not far off of. Take a look now at the 4th place here. This is Charles Smith, and we also see the 98 of Noah Lewis. Looking back now at 9th place, we see the 51 of Paul Cohen. Behind him, we have the 00 of Aaron Cummings and the 6 of Josh Medlock. As we are working lap 75 here. Only one caution so far tonight for, I believe, either 4 or 5 laps. Other than that, it has been nothing but non-stop action here at Charlotte Motor Speedway with the Roarin' Thunder Racing League. right, as we continue the green flag run here, we know green flag pit stops will be coming up very shortly. We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and then we will return with the action here at Charlotte Motor Speedway with the Roarin' Thunder Racing League in the Eggstravaganza 200 here. Looks like that was the perfect time to take a commercial break as green flag pit stops are underway. We have a couple cars, the 98 and the 41, down on pit road right now.
Yeah, the 8 of Evan Black is down. He is taking a 4-tire stop. He's going to fill it up with fuel, probably take the windshield tear off, and be down and away with a 14.3 second pit stop.
Looks like our race leader too, Robert Barris, is pitted, because right now it's showing me the 21 of Charles Smith out front. So Robert brought that car down undoubtedly for 4 tires and a full load of fuel.
Yeah, with a 15.3, Shane Gross is going to pull it down with a 14.7. Noah Lewis is going to get a 14.7. Josh Medlock looks like he had a pretty quick stop with a 13.6. Rick Mason, he came down, got 4 tires of fuel, 14.4.
And we can also see already the 75 Robert Barris. There's the difference there between fresh tires and old tires. He's just absolutely motors around the 51 of Paul Cohen.
The 2 of Stephen McGow is still on pit road. He's been there for over 8 minutes now, so something happened there.
And we've got the 85 and the 51 coming down pit road right now. See the 3 of Jeff Dotson. We haven't said much about him tonight, but he is the guy who is responsible for putting all this on, as we see the 00 of Aaron Cummings and the 3 of Jeff Dotson are going to make their way onto pit road.
85 of Trevor Malone, he's down and away with 13.8.
As once again we see new tires versus old. We have the 18 versus the 75. No contest there. Robert absolutely motors by. So that's going to put Robert up to 6th position. Right now he is currently the first car down a lap, but now that he has made the loop around it, he is going to jump up to 2nd spot.
It appears the last group of cars is down on pit road now. Most of them looks like 14.7s, 14.9s. They're down and away and headed back out on track. The 21's on pit road now. He is taking, looks like 4 tires and fuel.
And I do believe that with the 21 coming down pit road, that will cycle our green flag pit stops, and that will inherit the lead back to the 75 of Robert Barris. And folks, now is the time. We have reached it. It is now 50 laps to go, soon to be 49. So the laps are absolutely flying by here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So now we are definitely in the final phase of the race here as we are in the countdown. The 75 is out front with over a 3-second lead right now.
All right, well, these guys are pretty spread out here, and you know, draft really doesn't play a factor here in Charlotte. When the cars are this far spread out, there's really no way for the draft to possibly work properly. But, you know, Robert's out by 3.1 seconds out in front of Evan Black in that 8 car. We'll see if Evan can reel Robert in by the end of this, as we are looking at 47 to go. So as it stands right now, we've had 1 caution for 4 laps. We've had 5 lead changes. The fastest lap of the race is a 28.120.
And let me guess, that was held down by none other than the 75 of Robert Barris. I just got a bill from the Charlotte Motor Speedway room service. Alan, what the hell did you order?
I might have got into those little mini bottles in the fridge again.
You do remember the talk we had last time after you did that and racked up a $300 bar tab because you thought it was free.
Yeah, but my name's not on the credit card to pay for the room, so I don't got to worry about it.
No, unfortunately that falls on me.
Price you pay for doing business.
No, the price I pay for tech support. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and give you guys a rundown here of the top 10 as we are, we got a car in the infield. Looks like he got hard into the wall out there, but he is down off the racing surface. Out front, it is the 75 of Robert Barris, the 8 of Evan Black in second, Martin Gomez in the 33 in the third spot, the 46 of Jim Whaley fourth, the 98 of Noah Lewis fifth, the 6 of Josh Medlock in sixth, the 85 of Trevor Malone seventh, Charles Smith in the 21 eighth, Paul Cohen in the 51 ninth, and Jeremy Horn in the 14 is going to round out the top 10. Looking a little bit further back, we're going to go ahead and actually just give you a complete rundown through the field. In 11th, we have the 57 of Simon Thorns, the 00 of Aaron Cummings in 12th, Jeff Dodson in the 313th, Shane Gross in the 14th, the 18 of Rick Mason being scored 2 laps down in 15th, and then we have the 02 of Stephen McGough in 16th.
As Stephen is still on pit road, so I'm not sure what's going on there. He is 28 laps down.
I'm kind of wondering who caught turn 4 there, because I did see a puff of smoke, and then I did see a car running through the infield. It definitely was not under power, so I think there might have been a motor expiration on one of those cars after hitting the wall, but it was a little too quick, too soon. If it was this camera angle, it would have been a little bit more perfect, but unfortunately it was the higher up camera because it was focused on a battle. But nonetheless, there was a car that did make contact coming out of 4 that made it through the infield, was able to keep it down below the races. Oh, so we got the 98 loose on the backstretch. He's going to hit the wall. He's around, and the 85 also involved. Caution is out. Head on with the 85. That's going to bring out our second caution, and we're going to go ahead and get a double replay on that one. First one we're going to look at is we're going to look at it from the 98's point of view, and then we're going to look at it from the 85, as the 85 did hit the 98 head on. So we're going to go 98 first, and we're going to watch what happened here. So you see the initial wreck there. Actually, that's a little bit after it, so we're going to go back a little bit further. Here we go. This is entry into 1 and 2 here. We're going through the quad oval. And it looks like the car just snapped a little bit loose on him coming out of the corner from what I originally saw, but here's what the replay is going to show. Yeah, the car just stepped out. He tried catching it. He got the death wobble there. Good job by the couple cars. He tags the wall, and then, oh, hard impact with the 85, and he goes around and around and around. So now we're going to focus our attention to the 85 of Trevor Malone, and we're going to back up the replay there and watch this one from inside his cockpit, because that was definitely a hard hit. So here we see him coming out of turn 4. There's the 98, 3 cars in front of him there. We'll see the 98 get loose, and then hang on. If you guys have a no shit handle, go ahead and grab it, because you're going to need it for this one. This was a head-on collision on the backstretch. There we see the 98 getting loose. He tags the wall. Nowhere to go. Oh, there's the sky, there's the ground, there's the wall, there's the fence, and there's a dead car. Ouch. As that car has definitely seen better days. As we go back to live now, we're going to look at our current race lead, and we see the 57 there. He is chilling in front of our race leader, the 75. Actually, no. At the time of the caution, the 57 made it around the 75. So, hand the lead over to Simon Thorns.
Yeah, that was definitely a hard lick for the 85.
Oh, God. That was brutal. But it does appear that it literally just came around, and unfortunately it got what we call in the motorcycle world a tank slapper, where you have absolutely no control. You're just sawing on the wheel right to left to try and keep it straight, and then we all know the outcome of a tank slap. It's never a good thing. That car is either going to break right into the wall, or it's going to break left and hit the inside wall. And unfortunately, it hit the outside wall, and there was just nowhere for the 85 to go. And as we saw with the ride along from in-car, that it was definitely one hell of a ride for the 85. So definitely not what we wanted to see, but this is only our second caution of the night. As the lights on the pace car are out already, we are 1 to green. We will restart this race with 35 laps remaining here at Charlotte Motor Speedway with the Roarin' Thunder Racing League. It's going to be an interesting 35 laps here, as we've got, once again, still several fast cars here inside of the top 10. So I think right now, Robert's got to... I don't know if with 36 to go, if that'd be the time to decide it's time to go, or if you wait a little bit longer. But definitely with what we've seen Robert doing all night, I think we'll see him jump out, because right now he definitely has the 8 of Evan Black to contend with. He's got the 33 of Martin Gomez, the 6 of Josh Medlock, the 51 of Paul Cohen, the 14 of Jeremy Horn, the 00 of Aaron Cummings, the 3 of Jeff Dotson. I mean, there's several cars up there inside of that top 10 that Robert really has to hit his marks here and just walk away with it again. As we get ready to take the restart, we're going to do it once again from Crank It Up. So pace car is off. Green flag is out. We are back underway here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. 35 laps remaining here. Good start by the 75 and the 8 as they hauled off into turn 1.
Yeah, it looks like the 6 may have been asleep at the wheel there or missed a shift. I'm not sure which.
Nope, missed the shift is on Tuesdays.
And you know, I'm not sure, Art, that they have enough fuel to make the distance here, but I could be wrong.
Well, you can never count out a late race caution. As right now we see the 8 of Evan Black. He is trying so hard to get around the 75, and I kind of stumbled on that one because the 8, I screwed myself on that one because it was missed the shift. The 8 is Nick Crawford, so I kind of had a little bit of a brain fart right there, but nonetheless, the 8 of Evan Black was all over the back bumper of the 75 of Robert Barris, but we see that that did not come into play as Robert has stretched it out to almost the second lead. All right, so as we go back to regular cameras here. This is the battle for 5th right now as we see the 6 of Josh Medlock. The 00 of Aaron Cummins is sitting in the 4th spot. The 51 there of Paul Cohen, he is our 3rd place car. So good battle going on here. We're gonna see if anything can come out of it, as we've also got a battle between the 21 and the 46. That was for 8th spot. The 21 taking 8th away from the 46 of Jim Whaley. We can see right there the 3 of Jeff Dotson as he's trying to work over the 14 of Jeremy Horn. Now we're down under 30 laps to go here. Laps are going to be ticking by very quickly. Robert Barris with a 1.3 second lead over second place, the 8 of Evan Black. As we are still watching this battle here for 4th position between the 00 and the 6. Currently the 00 is in 4th and the 6 in 5th. Josh is trying to look for an opportunity here to get by Aaron and take away that 4th spot. So looking at the interval now, it is stretched out to a 1.6 second lead, and it looks like it's continuing to grow. So Robert right now is definitely in charge of the field. Let's go ahead and take a look at some stats here on that 75 ride of Robert Barris. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull up the long on him. Right now he's led 99 laps so far. He started second. He's right now in the lead. He's been in the lead for most of the race. His fastest lap was a 28.120. His last time by was a 28.851. So he's still throwing down sub 29 laps here with not so fresh tires, and now put that 100 laps in the book. So undoubtedly right now, Robert Barris has led the most laps here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, as he will take 24 laps to go as he crosses the stripe, this time with a 1.5 second lead over second place right now. See what kind of RPMs these cars are turning here. The RPM's staying right around 7,000. We'll go up here to the speeds. As we see him crossing the line, he'll get 187 at the line. Just under 190 miles an hour as he brings it down into turn 1. Coming off the corner, we see 180 easily, and we should see right around a $190, if not a little bit higher. Nope, just under it. So Robert definitely backing up his braking points a little bit as the gap is closed down to a 1.1. So for those of you who might just be tuning in now, we are in the closing stages here of the Eggstravaganza 200 with the Roarin' Thunder Racing League here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We've only had, well, we might as well bring it up and bring the stats up, as we've already shown that Robert Barris has led pretty much all the laps here, but we have had 113 laps marked in the books, 7 lead changes, 2 cautions for 7 laps. Our current race leader is the 75 of Robert Barris. And right now, we see that interval is starting to shrink as the 8 of Evan Black has now brought it into an 0.8 of a second lead. It was down to 7, but now it's starting to shrink.
As we are down to 20 laps remaining in this race.
I'm kind of thinking that the 8 was kind of just sleeping there for a little bit, and now he's letting that car come to life, and how we saw that interval from being a 1.6 second gap drop down to now just a 0.7 of a second gap between him and the current race leader. So,
well, during that last caution, there was a little bit of race chatter between the 75 and the 8. They were talking about tire wear through that last stint, and the 8 of Evan Black had 1 to 2% better tire wear across his tires than the 75 of Robert Barris. So interesting to see that. We'll have to see what the next 15 laps bring.
Well, 1 to 2% may not sound like a lot, but when you're hauling a race car off into a corner at just under 190 miles an hour, lap after lap after lap, that 1 or 2% difference between tire wear could mean the difference between winning the race or coming home second, as we're seeing the intervals staying right around 0.6 of a second. So we are under 20 laps to go here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Robert Barris out front with a 0.6 of a second lead over second place of Evan Black. Paul Cohen right now is holding down the third spot as we see Robert Barris on pit road.
I didn't think that we're going to be able to make it on fuel.
This might be some strategy here. That's either going to be the race winning strategy right there, being the first on, first off, or we might see the 8 stay out, but I don't know. Usually when you see somebody right up there, especially in the top 5 pit, that really gets you thinking, and especially, like you said, not knowing if these cars can make the distance. We're seeing more cars now making their way down pit road. I believe that's the 6 of Josh Medlock.
I will say that stop for Robert was a 2.5 second. Give me a
Fuel
splash,
only.
get me going.
The tire wear, not a concern for the 75 of Robert Barris as he elected for a splash and go. Let's see if the rest of these drivers can do it. As right now we're watching second spot held down right now by the 51 of Paul Cohen, and we see the 14 and the 3. That is Jeff Dotson there in the 3. He is currently sitting in P5. He just got fourth taken away by the 14 of Jeremy Horn, and now we see the 18 and the 21. That is not for position.
The 6 of Josh Medlock extended stay on pit road for a 29.0 second stop.
Somebody needs to fire that pit crew.
I'm thinking he first.
Yeah, I think he might have had a little bit of damage and opted to fix it. So looking at it right now, Robert Barris is the last car on the lead lap in 9th place right now. As we are down to 13 laps remaining, or 12 laps remaining now, so that means that, oh, well, you can see it right now. The 8 of Evan Black is your leader, and right in front of him is the 75 of Robert Barris. So the 8 now is going to try and capitalize on the situation of putting the 75 down a lap, as now we see that there are 11 cars on the lead lap. So now with 11 laps to go, Evan Black out front with a 2.9, now a 3-second lead over second place, the 51 of Paul Cohen. He'll be taking 10 to go this time by, so the race is definitely winding down, as right now we see the 7th place car of Mark Gomez as he comes, well, that's definitely not for position between the 57 and the 33, so he's gonna go high and let the 57 by. Right now, Robert has to try and catch the 46 of Jim Whaley. Is right there, the 57. He is currently being scored in 10th place, first car a lap down. And we see that lead just gaining and gaining and gaining. It's now up to a 3.7 second lead. Under 10 to go here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. These laps are going to click by very fast as they're still turning 29-second laps here. As we see the 75 of Robert Barris, he is trying to make his way past the 33. He's going to do so. That's going to move him up to 6th position. So Robert right now is gunning to try and get a top 5 here. We have 8 laps remaining here. That I do not think that that is enough for Robert to make it back up to the top spot. As now we see the 8 of Evan Black down on pit road, so hand the lead over to the 51 of Paul Cohen. So Evan Black out of fuel, going down to get some gas. That's definitely going to play in favor for the 75 of Robert Barris, as now he's made his way up to 5th spot.
I told you I didn't believe that this group's going to have enough fuel to get through there. And, I have a feeling you're going to see the 51 coming down shortly as well.
I do believe you're right, because judging how high the 51 went in that corner there, he might be getting ready to take that car down pit road. You see the tailpipes popping a little bit there. He's going to hold on to the lead this time by, as right now we see our top 10 consisting of the 51 of Paul Cohen, your leader, Jeff Dotson, 2nd, Charles Smith, 3rd, Jim Whaley, 4th, Robert Barris, 5th, Evan Black, 6th, Mark Gomez, 7th, Aaron Cummings, 8th, Jeremy Horn, 9th, and Simon Thorns is going to round out the top 10. And right now there are only 6 cars on the lead lap. As we are in the final stretch here, we have 5 laps remaining here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Can the 51 hold on? As we see right there, Robert just made the pass on Jim Whaley for 4th spot. So Robert has made his way back up into the top 5. He's pretty much relying on the 21, the 3, and the 51 not being able to make it the rest of the race here. As we see the 3 going down pit road. Sounds like he is running on hopes and dreams right now. So that will move Robert up another position, so that'll put him up into 3rd spot. So now the last 2 cars remaining will be the 51 and the, 51's down on pit road now.
Yeah, those guys aren't running on streams, they're running on spits and sputters.
Robert's up to 2nd. Now it's can the 21 of Charles Smith hang on for 4 more laps without running out of fuel. 3 to go this time at the line. Robert Barris has to catch up to this. My guess is, I don't know. I think right now that 21 is in fuel conserve mode. As Robert is closing that gap quite considerably. I mean, you can watch it go down extremely fast. It was at 4.2, it's at 3.7, 3.6, 3.5, 3.4, 3.3 almost. Yep. That gap is definitely shrinking. So 2 laps to go here at Charlotte. Can the 21 hang on? Robert Barris is on an absolute rip right now. He's got the gas to make it to the distance, but does he have enough track left to do it? As he's reeled it down to a 1.8 second lead, 1.7. The 75 is on a mission in his first debut race here with Roaring Thunder to win it. Now we can see the 21 in view as we're going to take the white flag here. It's down to a half a second. Can Robert Barris make this up in 4 corners as he is all but around the 21? Here he goes to make the move. Robert Barris to the lead out of turn 2 on the last lap. I'm telling you right there, that is what we talk about. We have to deal with this man every Sunday night with the DieHard Racing League. He does not make a mistake, and as he comes out of turn 4, Robert Barris in his first race with Roaring Thunder is going to take the checker flag and score the win here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. As the fireworks are going off, they definitely are going to be going off inside the cockpit of that 75 machine, as Robert Barris put on one hell of a run there after ducking down pit road for a splash and go to take the lead on the last lap in turn 2, bring home the checker flag in his first race. Absolutely amazing job. Well done by the 75. Evan Black's going to bring it home 2nd. The 21 of Charles Smith will bring it home 3rd. Jim Whaley in the 46 4th. Aaron Cummings in the 00 5th. The 51 of Paul Cohen will bring it home 6th. Jeremy Horn in the 14 7th. Jeff Dotson in the 3 8th. The 57 of Simon Thorns 9th. And rounding out the top 10 will be the 33 of Mark Gomez. But once again, amazing job by the 75 of Robert Barris, showing how it's done. As Robert's going to also show that he is also very good at laying down some killer black marks. So before we get our interviews underway, we are going to go ahead and pull up the official race results here. So looking at it, obviously after an exciting last lap, the 75 of Robert Barris is going to bring it home in the number 1 position. 2nd goes to the 8 of Evan Black. 3rd is going to go to the 46 of Jim Whaley. Aaron Cummings is going to bring it home 4th. Charles Smith 5th. Jeremy Horn is going to bring it home 6th tonight. Paul Cohen 7th. Jeff Dotson 8th. Simon Thorns 9th. Mark Gomez is going to round out the top 10. Rick Mason is going to come home 11th. Josh Medlock 12th. Trevor Malone, after that brutal wreck with the 98 of Noah Lewis, 13th. Noah Lewis 14th. Shane Gross 15th. And rounding out the field, the 0-2 of Stephen McGough, as Robert just now finishes his burnout. He's going to use the Legends Oval to bring it in Alan, let's go ahead and bring in the 46, and you have got his full attention.
Jim, how you doing tonight? Brought home third, buddy. Looks like at least you get a top 5 there, and decided to know if you guys were going to make it on fuel or not.
Yeah, it was a gamble. I knew I was going to have to save from the get-go, so as soon as the green dropped, I started saving, and I got lucky because they were all coming.
Yeah, they were headed on you pretty fast. Well, it's good to see you were able to save enough to get it finished there.
Yeah, it was really close. I don't even know if I would have enough to drive another half a lap.
Definitely came down to fuel mileage, but nonetheless, you bring it home with a top 3 finish. That's great points nights. Is there anybody that you would like to thank?
My wife Christina, my son Trevor, Joe, if you're watching, and the guys at Roarin Thunder.
All right, once again, congratulations on that 3rd spot. And the next race we have scheduled with you guys will be June 3rd at Michigan. So we will see you then. And once again, great night tonight. And hopefully you put on a show at Michigan.
Thanks.
That was our 3rd place finisher, Jim Whaley. Now we will bring in 2nd place, Evan Black. All right, Evan, you brought it home 2nd. I don't think really anybody had anything for the 75. He's kind of what we call a Dale Earnhardt. He's a member of our league that we primarily broadcast and race in. And tonight he pretty much demonstrated exactly what he does week in and week out over at DieHard. But you brought it home 2nd tonight. We saw a couple times you had the opportunity. You were putting the pressure to the 75. We only had 2 cautions. You guys did an amazing job with the long green flag runs. How was that last run there on fuel?
It was gonna be close. I think I ended up being about 3 short if I didn't pit. So I came in. I think I took 2, and I think the Robert took none, and that got him out a little bit further ahead of us, and we almost got one 6/10 away at the finish line.
Now, Robert on that last pit stop was a 2.5 second splash and go, and we were wondering how long everybody could stay out there. And as we saw on the last lap going into turn 2, Robert absolutely motored around the outside of the 51, took the lead, and brought it home. So you still managed to bring it home 2nd, so that's a great points night. Definitely a strong showing, and I can't emphasize enough how well you guys run these K&N cars, how clean the races are, and just how absolutely great it is to see a group of guys run this K&N car, which we know has benefited the most from the low downforce package, but it's also kind of had a little bit of weaknesses here and there at the intermediate and shorter tracks. But you bring it home 2nd. Is there anybody that you'd like to thank?
You guys for broadcasting it, Gomez for paying for it, Jeff and Charles for putting this league on.
Well, it's definitely been our pleasure, and the next race we have with you guys will be June 3rd at Michigan, so hopefully we get to interview you in either victory lane or once again up here in the top 3. So once again, congratulations, and we will see you at Michigan.
Thank you.
That was our 2nd place finisher. Now let's bring in the man, the myth, the legend. It's none and only Robert. You managed to pull it off in your first race with Roarin Thunder. How does it feel?
And I am wore out. That is the fixed setup, but it's not the iRacing fixed setup. And with 50% fuel, it's a little bit of a handful to drive. So yeah, I'm a little worried. I'm gonna apologize up front. I completely forgot to properly set my name here in the team speak, put my card number in there, but looks like you found me.
Well, it's definitely not hard to find you, especially when you're out front for pretty much the entire race. You undoubtedly led pretty much the entire thing. You had this thing, we thought, locked and sealed, and then we saw you duck down pit road, and then that brought in the Alan brought it up to like, oh, maybe these guys are not going to have enough to finish. And as we saw, on the last lap coming out of turn 2, you motored by and you took the lead and won it on the last lap in your debut race with the league. And this is something that tomorrow night I'm probably going to be saying the same thing to you on DieHard's race, because we know that you are Mr. Consistency. You don't make mistakes. You are absolutely impeccable on strategy, and tonight was definitely no different. So you brought it home first. Is there anybody that you'd like to thank?
I'm gonna thank everybody here at the league, the Warren Thunder Racing League, for letting me come and race with them. Give a shout out to you guys there at DieHard. Your broadcast of their Rockingham races is how I found them to join them. They had that Rockingham race was a really clean race. It's a really hard track. So that caught my interest. The cars they're running, some of the tracks they're running, kind of a throwback to the early days of the DieHard Racing League. So yeah, it's a heck of a debut. It's I guess I got tasked. I got to follow that one up. The tragic call just was perfect. I knew, or right when that caution came out, it was kind of like the worst possible time it could come out. We were going to be just short. You, even coming down and topping off right before it took green wouldn't have been enough. So I was pretty confident that those guys were going to run out if they didn't come in. I came in and I wanted to get the car a little bit looser. It was starting to tighten up, so I just wanted to get a little bit more weight back to get it loosened back up, and that played out. Evan almost got me. He took the tires. So one more lap and he would have gotten me. But heck of a debut. Hopefully we get it backed up for our next race. I think it's Thompson in a couple weeks.
Well, definitely an outstanding performance tonight, and I know it's not going to be a jinx with you, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be interviewing you tomorrow night as well when DieHard Racing League takes to Atlanta Motor Speedway. So let's see if you can actually string back-to-back wins, not only tonight but tomorrow night with DieHard.
Sounds like a plan. See you tomorrow.
All right, once again, congratulations on that win, and we will see you tomorrow night. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Once again, our own ringer, Mr. Robert Barris, bringing it home in the top spot after an amazing move out of turn 2 on the last lap. It came down to not tires, but fuel management, and it appeared that a 2.5-second splash and go is all Robert needed, and nonetheless, he brings home the win. So for everybody here at Roarin' Thunder Racing League and DieHard Live TV, I hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. We love putting it on. Once again, our next race will be June 3rd at Michigan, where we will go 80 laps. So for everybody at Roaring Thunder and DieHard, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time.